Hi, I'm Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and today I'm going to present you this lens by Fujifilm, the GF 110mm f2. I tried it on my GFX 100S2, but also tried it last year on the GFX 50S2. So I will show you pictures with both cameras, some portrait, but also some other type of pictures, although this lens is most thought for portrait. So we're going to have a look at it, give you my opinion. So let's start. I will show you the pictures I made during the video, but also I put all of them at the end of the video again. I want to tell thank you to 4 persons. The first one is my daughter Opie, who posed for me last year when I tested this lens. The second is Ingrid, who was the victim of this new camera, the GFX 100S2, and she was the first to pose, so thank you to her. Thank you to Chloe, who last year when I tested the GFX 50S Mark II, she also posed, so some picture will be here. And the latest person to pose has been Isana. And by the way, in my member zone, I don't know if you remember, there's a link below, so you can actually subscribe to this exclusive video for member. I don't explain about the lens, but I explain how I did the photo shoot and the technique, all this. This member area is about photography, technique, tuition, knowledge, not about gear. So if you're interested, please subscribe, that really helps me, and maybe that helps you too. So let's carry on. So some technical details. I'm recording with 2 cameras. One is the Lumix S5 Mark II, and one is the Olympus M1. I'm trying multicam. I'm not fine-tuning still the colors to have exactly the same, so it's not like I'm pink on this one and I'm have a lever problem on this one. That's not the case, it's just adjusting colors, but I wanted to test with both cameras, okay? So we're going to have a look at the physical aspect of the lens. And by the way, great thing, it comes with this small pouch, it's included for protecting it. I like it. So let's check the physical aspect of this lens. As you can see, it comes with a massive sun hood. That's great that it comes with it, because normally sun hoods are expensive. It's a piece of plastic, but it's solid. It's really nice. It's really big. As you can see, it's massive. Yeah, it's really big, okay? Then here you have the focusing ring with rubber. This is really soft. Oh, yes, it's autofocus, but in case you want to do manual focusing, so really nice, really nice. Here you have the aperture ring with clicks that are clear, soft but clear, and yes, they stop okay, by third they go okay. And here you have a lock, so you can move on to A mode. It means you have a shutter speed priority and it will automatically calculate the aperture. And then if you click again on the lock and move to C mode, then you can manage the aperture from the wheel on the camera, the one you set, okay? In case you don't want to use the ring. If you look from the front, massive diameter, 77mm diameter filter. It is a big lens. I'm going to place the sun hood on it so you can see it is big, no doubt. But I think that on my GFX 100S Mark II, it's really fine. It's balanced. On the 50 it will be the same because it's the same size, and the 102 is a bit bigger camera. That will be really fine too. So yeah, it is a massive combo, but really nice to have in hand. You feel really steady, really safe when you hold this. Okay, so really beautiful build, really fully metal, really nice. And yeah, now let's check the optical side of it. So let's check some technical details. 110mm in medium format is the equivalent of 87mm in full frame. To calculate, it's really easy. You just multiply by 0.79. It gives you the equivalent in this full frame, in this medium format size, obviously. The angle it covers is 27.9 degrees. And the build is incredible. You have 14 elements in 9 groups. That explains the weight, the size, okay? This is incredible. Some elements are ED and Ultra ED, or I don't know, you call that Super ED, or well, all these lenses in there that corrects everything. That explains the good results. It goes from f2 to f22 plus C and plus A, as I explained. And the iris has 9 blades. So the bokeh is really with a really soft transition, round point of light, really nice. The minimum focusing distance is 90 centimeters. For me, it's a bit long because in case I would like to make a picture just of the oil like this, that could be a problem because I'm not close enough. So it's true that with a medium format with 100 million pixel, you can always reframe a bit if necessary, but I would have liked to have it a bit shorter, not that 90 centimeters, like 60 would be great for me. If we look at the size, 125.5 millimeter long by 94.3 millimeter, that's big. Filter size, as I said before, 77 millimeter diameter, and the weight is 1 kilo and 10 grams. Without sun hood, without cap. That's heavy. The autofocus is fast and silent. It works really fine, and this is really important because when you have a short depth of field, you need a precise autofocus. You cannot be failing. That's important. So for me, the results were fine. I had no problem with it. It is weather sealed. There are 9 seals, and it can work properly down to minus 10 degrees Celsius. I know some people ask, and what happens if I go lower than this? Well, basically it will keep working, but probably slower, like any camera. When they tell you up to or down to minus 10, it means it will work exactly as if it was 20 degrees. That's fine. But if you go below this, normally batteries everything goes slower, electronic, all this. But this is why when they say minus 10, it means no problem until minus 10. Obviously, you can go further, but will be slower, may give some stops or whatever, okay, but it doesn't break the camera, don't worry. If we look at the optical quality, I've got this chart, that's a friend's chart. I sometimes test some cameras with him, and it's not mine, but you probably saw it already on my YouTube channel. So I'll show you and I'll give you my opinion. By the way, if you want to help me, aside of subscribing the member area, if you buy a gear, whatever, there is a list in description of affiliated links that really helps me. And by the way, if you buy on K&F Concept website, use the code ERIC10, ERIC10, and you get 10% discount. Thank you so much because that really helps me. Let's carry on. F2, let's have a look. Center is already brilliant. It's incredible. Let's check border. Border is also really, really good. Let's check a corner. Corner are stunning too. It's really incredible. Could be a bit better in the corner, but well, still. 2.8. Center is incredible. Border is really good. Corner also really good. Let's check F4. Center, look at the small tree here. This is a great test. You really see so much details. It's impressive. Let's check border. Same thing, really good. Corner, really, really good. 5.6. Center is incredible. Look at the details. All this is incredible. The amount of lines you see, all this. Let's check now. Border. Border is also really good. Okay, corner. Let's check a corner. This one, for example. Okay, sharpness is amazing. F8. This is top sharpness, incredible. Borders also. Look at this. Let's check the corners. Corners are stunning. F11. Maybe let's check compare with the compare with F8. So this is F8 and this is F11. Yeah, maybe a bit of diffraction is entering now, but really slightly. F16. Yeah, a bit of diffraction is entering, still usable. See less sharpness in the small tree. Same thing on the border and corners, obviously. F22. Center, yes, we see a drop of sharpness due to diffraction, but still usable. Let's check again F2 because I'm amazed by F2 at the center. Don't wait for it to load. Okay, look at this. Center is amazing. We're speaking about F2 and border, completely usable also, and corners not as good, the corner, but still it's amazing. Look at this, incredible. As you can see, the results are stunning. At f2 in the center, it's already really so sharp, really incredible. On the corner, it's not as sharp, but is it a big drama? Well, honestly, it's a portrait lens. It means that most likely when you make picture at f2, you have your subject in the center or in a third, and at f2 the corner will match the out of focus part, so you will not notice any problem. But yeah, the results are great even at f2. If we look at vignetting, I didn't notice any, no chromatic aberration, and yes, the bokeh is great, the quality is great. This is really a nice lens with great results. So let's speak about the bad and the good. Well, the good, you've just seen it. The optical quality is stunning. Let's speak about the bad part. Well, the bad part is not a lens problem. It's a user problem. You, me, and anyone that uses it. Many people are not aware that at f2, the depth of field is so shallow that you will have to decide which eye is in focus, except if it's facing you and you have both eyes in the same focal plane. Otherwise, you will not get both in focus. Is it a problem? If you are the romantic type of picture, you will love it. But let's say you have a client that is a hairdresser shop and say, yes, I need to show my work, and you work at f2, you will have the eye in focus, probably not even both eyes, but the hair will be completely out of focus. That means that that person will not show the work. So that's not the idea. So for me, most of the time, I prefer to work with this lens at f4 minimum, 5.6, f8, even f11, depending on what I'm doing. Yes, you can use it at f2, obviously, and 2.8 also, but be aware that probably you will not have some important part like both eyes in focus. Some people like to have both eyes in focus and some people don't mind, so that's up to you, okay? Honestly, I would love to have the same lens starting at f4. It would be a lot lighter, a lot smaller, it would be fine for me. I would use it at f4 or 5.6, that would be fine. But it's not at f2. So in some situation, yes, I will probably use it at f2, but I prefer to close down at f4 and often 5.6. And if you close, probably f8 also. So that's a point that you have to manage and decide for yourself, but be aware, because on a small screen, everything looks in focus. It's when you check on your computer screen, you see, whoa, I've got a problem. These earrings, I wanted to show, they're not in focus. Or I've got the earring, or I've got the eye. I cannot have both. So manage the depth of field with caution. So conclusion, this lens is stunning. It's amazing, but the weight is heavy. So you have to be prepared for that. In a studio, that's no problem. I actually used it on a tripod with a balance head, how do you call that? A pendulum head. And that's really nice. You can still have some movement, and you can still, you don't have to carry the weight yourself. So this is fantastic. Some people use it on a column. But if you go handheld, it's better if you go first to the gym. Thing I don't do, so maybe that's a problem. Maybe I should start to go to the gym and hold this lens. But honestly, this is a fantastic lens for portrait and more than this. The question of many is probably, what's about the 80mm 1.7 that actually reviewed? I'll leave you the link here. My opinion is simple. If you want classical portraits, you don't want the face to be misshaped. The fact that the face is different is not because the lens is different, because you get closer or further from your subject, okay? So on 110mm, you need to have a certain distance, and the face will be as real. If you go with the 80mm and go to make a close-up, then the nose will be bigger than normal. So depends what you want to do. If you want the classical portrait, 80mm is not too good for that. If you go for a close-up, 110 is a lot better. But if you're going to do a half-body or full-body portrait, then the 80mm is fine. But take into account that if you prefer the 110, you can also do the same thing if you have enough space behind you. Because if you're indoor and you're on 110mm and you want to do a full body, you really need to step back, and maybe you don't have enough space. So it all depends on the type of picture you do. Both have great quality. I prefer this one because of the situation when I want to be a bit closer. To have a more close up and closer to the subject. It's better for the shape, I would say. But I really like both, and the optical quality is great on both, I would say. Okay, so it's a matter of personal choice. I prefer this one, but well. So for me, this lens is completely recommendable. If you're interested, I'll leave you a link in the description where you can get it. And well, thank you so much to all 4 girls for posing, for the landscape also for posing, I would say this. And thank you to Olivier Saint-Géry from Fujifilm France, who actually lent this lens to me last year when I reviewed it on the GFX 50S Mark II. That also lent me, and that was a great opportunity for me to test it before buying it. So thank you so much, Olivier, for your help and letting me test and review Fujifilm gear. So thank you. Thank you to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, the small button down here and also a small bell. And if you have you click on the bell, you get notified when I upload a new video. And if you have not done yet, I've got a member area where I speak only about photography. It's not about gear, so you can see making of, technique, tuition, all this. So if you're interested, there's also a small button below, so you can join this member area. Thank you so much, it really helps me, and maybe it may help you, so great. Also leave you my website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also leave you links of my gear on Amazon. Links, affiliated links I've got below in description. Don't forget, if you use on K&F Concept website, not on Amazon, K&F, only their website, if you use the code ERIC10, you get 10% discount. I've got more affiliated links in description. So thank you so much, that really helps me. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.